Yeah, okay.
Alright, so boys and girls, today we're gonna do a science lesson on the 5 senses. So, the first thing I want you guys to do is see this paper. Okay, it's a pre-test on what you know about the senses. So can you guys try and fill it out? You want to match up seeing and sight, so which one will be seeing? Eyes, yep, so match it up. So draw a line from seeing to the eyes. So that way when you're at the sight station you know which one you should be doing. Then which one is hearing? The ear, yep, so match it to the ear. So when you're at the hearing station, you're only using your ears. And then which one would be smelling? Ashley. Yep. So when you're at the smelling station, you're only using your nose. And then which one would be tasting? Oh yeah.
The mouth?
Yep, so match it up with the mouth. So what does that mean when you're at the tasting station?
You tasted that.
Yep, so you're only using your what?
Mouth.
Yep. And then the last one, touching. The last one, touching, which one is that?
The hand.
Yep, the hand, yep, okay. So finish filling those out really quick. Alright, looks like most of you already have it done. Alright, so I'm going to split you guys up into groups, and they're all different stations. So right here, this is the seeing station. You're going to do these worksheets. What you're going to do when you're at the seeing station is there's a set of shapes, and you want to find what is different between this row and this row. I'm going to give you a hint. Out of all 4 of them, only one of them is there no difference. So that one's kind of tricky because one of them there is no difference. Then when you're at the tasting station, there is hand sanitizer, so use it because like your hands are going to be touching all of the food. So right there is hand sanitizer, and you want to taste each of the samples, so 1, 2, 3, and then you want to identify on your worksheet which you have on your desk. When you're at this station, you're going to use tasting, see with the plates, and then under each plate and number you're going to write what it tastes like, whether it's salty, buttery, or sweet. Do you understand that? Yep. Alright. And then when you're at the hearing station, you're going to use, which worksheet is this one? You're going to use this worksheet. And you're going to fill it in with what you think each one of them is and why. So what you're going to do, you can't see it, you're just going to take it around and guess what it is. And then write it and why. And then for smelling, this station, you're going to use this sheet. There's no sample for it, that's why I crossed it out. And you're going to open each container. And I did write what your options are. It's either cinnamon, garlic, or pickle juice. Yeah. So you're going to write down what you think is in each jar on this worksheet. And then, so you're going to fill in your worksheets, and then at the end we're going to go over all of them. Before we get to that, I'm going to ask some discussion questions. So when you wake up in the morning, what are some of the first things you see? Christiana.
You see.
Do you see the sun sometimes?
Yeah.
You wake up in the morning? What else do you see?
I see my dresser with the mirror on it.
Yeah?
You see birds?
Good one, that's a good one. Eliana? Ella.
Sometimes you see the moon.
Yep. Got one, George.
Squirrels.
You can see squirrels. What is some of the things you first hear in the morning? What did you say earlier?
The chirping of birds.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Ooh.
Darius. What else might you hear? How do you wake up in the morning? Do you get woken up, or do you use an alarm clock? Alarm clock, so you might hear an alarm clock. George?
My mom tells me to wake up.
Your mom tells you to wake up? That's a good one. And then, what might be something you touch in the morning?
This one.
Yeah, when you eat breakfast. Katarina?
Your bed, because when you wake up, you can feel.
You have to get your covers off and your blankets off. Darius? Do you...
What?
Yep.
You can sometimes touch your alarm clock to make the button.
To make it turn off. Devin? Depending on what you're eating, you might use a knife to cut something off. Yep. You touch your tortoise when you wake up?
The next to my bed.
Oh. Okay. And then taste. What's something you might eat in the morning?
Pancakes.
Popcorn. That's an interesting one. Olivia?
Cereal?
Yep.
This is noodles?
Yep.
Oh,
Pretty.
that's fine.
Well, milk.
Pop-Tarts?
That's a good one. Eden?
Really? And this was for breakfast?
You might have eggs. Okay.
Breakfast.
So what can your senses tell you about a flower? If you were to look at a flower, what would each of your five senses tell you? So looking at a flower, what would you be able to tell, Ashlyn?
Wow. That's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what color it is?
Good one. What color it is?
Ooh.
Kyle?
Would
Would you be able to tell how?
bigger? Bigger?
Yep, big or small.
Ooh. How it smells?
Yep, but what sense would that be?
Fresh.
Smelling. So what could you, so using your nose, you can smell it. What other sense? So we talked about seeing, you can tell what color it is, how big it is. Smelling, you can smell it. What would you be able to tell using touch?
Soft.
Whether it's soft, Darius.
Hard.
Whether it's hard.
Smooth and bumpy.
Yep, that's a good one. And then, flowers, you can't really hear them, but what would you be able to tell, what's the type of flower that you can taste? Anyone know? That's kind of a tricky one.
Sunflowers.
Yep, sunflower seeds. And then you could have honey. You can taste that. Okay, so what parts of the body help you see? Which you should know this because we did the worksheet. So what do you use to see?
Eyes.
Your eyes, yep. What do you use to hear?
Ears.
What do you use to smell?
Your nose.
Your nose, yep. And what do you use to touch?
Hands.
Yep. And what do you use to taste?
Mouth.
Alright. So, now we're going to divide up into our groups for different stations. So I wrote, in your post-it note is your name, and this is what station you're at. So you can get together and grab and take your worksheets with you, if you can, and a pencil, if you can get together into each one of your groups.
What's this? Yay!
Okay, so smelling is Ashlyn, Jack, and Olivia. So for that one, you're going over here. So Ashlyn, Jack, and Olivia, you want to come over here. For hearing, it's Cristiano, Eliana, Aaliyah, and Aiden. which is at this one. For C, it's right here, and it's Katarina, Josephine, and Devin. You're going to complete the worksheet. For touching, which is back at that table in the paper bag, is Ella, Hunter, and Darius. You're going to take all your papers with you. So for touching, it's the paper bag. And then tasting is George, Trinity, Jada, and Kyle. And that's right there. Yep, so when you're at each of your groups, you're each going to take a sample from 1, 2, and 3, and you're going to figure out what it is based on your sense. So for instance, tasting, you're going to taste number 1, and then on your worksheet, write whether it's salty, buttery, or sweet. Keep going.
Are we gonna go?
You're going to switch stations, yeah, but you're going to stay in your same group. Yeah, so you're at C. So it's you, Josephine, and Devin are doing that work. So if you want to sit with them right there. Yep, Olivia? Okay. Yep. So what you want to do for this station? Okay, so this station is smelling. So, ready? What do you think number 1 is?
I know what that smells. Yeah.
So write down what you think it is. Oh, grab your worksheets. You want your worksheet? Yep. Yep. So you want to write in the jar what it is.
Right there.
Yeah.
Do we put numbers to see how it tastes?
Yep. So, okay, so no, you want to write whether it's salty, sweet, or buttery. Okay, so then, think you got number 1? Don't worry, I'll go over the answers of the class afterwards. Ready? Some salt. Not that good. So your options are cinnamon, garlic, or pickle juice.
Garlic. Yeah, it's garlic, right?
It says, for this station, it says it says on the worksheet, your options are paperclip, rice, and it's uncooked, so it's hard. Water or sand.
What about this? Oh yeah, I did this one. I did number 2.
That's a lot better.
So which one's this
A lot better. Alright, so did everyone identify number 1?
I did number 2.
Okay, so this is number 1. What do you think it is?
I think it's sand.
That's a good guess. So write down rice. It's okay.
This is
Yeah. So wait there So you need number 1. Eating and opening up holes. What do you think this one is? I know. But we're using our sense of hearing, not. So then what one's left? Alright, wait 10 seconds. I'm gonna check over your work.
Where's number 4? Right.
Alright, so you all have them. Rice, yeah. Oh yeah, your teeth are kind of hard.
I'm done.
This one's tricky. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna look at this row and this row and find the difference. So, are they both triangles? Are they both squares? Are they both rectangles? How many sides does that one have? 5. How many sides does this one have? So they're different. That one has 5 and that one has 6. So circle those two that they're different. And this one, are they all the same? Yep. Now what about the numbers? It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. Yep, so circle the 5 as being different. Okay, now in these pictures, what's different? Yep, so circle the back. And then where's Katarina? Katarina, next time you're there. So what you want to do for this is you want to compare the two rows. So is it a triangle to triangle? Is that the same? Is that the same? Square to square? A rectangle to rectangle? How many sides is that one? You sure? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. How many sides is this one? So what's different? This has more. Okay, so circle it. You want to circle that because it's different. Okay, you want to circle what's different. So what's different in this picture or in that picture? What does this picture have that this one doesn't? I know it. Yep, the ball. So circle the ball. Now with the numbers, which one's different? It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. The 5, yep. And then is this row, does that have anything different? There's one that's the same. So, let's see, a star and a star, is that the same? A circle and a circle. Oval, oval. Square, square. So that one's the same. So now on the worksheet, you want to write if number 1's the same, which it wasn't, it was different. If number 2 was the same, which it was. If number 3, you're supposed to write same, different, depending on what it is. So the only one that's the same is this one. So 1 is different, 2 is the same, 3 is different, 4. Alright. Alright, I think everyone's almost done at this point. Is your group done? Did you get your guesses? As buttery, salty, or sweet? Alright. Okay, so we're going to switch. Is everyone done? Raise your hand if you're done. Alright, so we're going to switch groups. So everyone, we're going to switch groups this way. So Jada, your group's going to go to touching. Hunter's group, your group is going to go to hearing. And then Cristiano, your group's going to go to smelling. Olivia, your group is going to go to seeing. Okay. You're going to do the seeing worksheets, and your group's going to go into tasting. Okay, so for this one, what you want to do is, where? That's the worksheet you're doing. You're going to say, hold on. At the desk. Alright, so for this station, you're not done yet? Okay, what do you have left? Alright, no, you're done. You circle what was different in this one, so you can move on to this one. We're all set. Alright, can you grab this worksheet? Okay. So for this one, what? Okay. So for this one, what you want to do is you're going to taste each one of the samples. And you're going to write on each plate whether it's sweet, buttery, or salty. Do you taste it? Alright, so you want to taste the first one, Katarina, and then write whether it's sweet, salty, or buttery.
I already saw all
I know, but you still want to taste them to make sure. What? Sweet. So what was this one? Was it salty or was it buttery? You sure? Try the third one. What was more buttery? Alright, so then write that one and we'll go over the answers. Yep. Gita, if you can't do it correctly, you don't have to do it correctly at all. George, you don't have to do it either. Yep, you want to write what each of the things are. So cloth, and paper, yep. You want to write it on the bag on the right. Alright. Okay, so seems like you, Alright, so for this, what you want to do is you want to shake it and figure out what it is. So your options are, your options are written right here. It's either rice, a paper clip, water, or sand. So write it under number 2. Number 2, yep. Was a bell an option? Your options are paperclip, rice, water, or sand. So number 2, what do you think it is out of those options? Your pencil's right there. All of them. Nope. What you want to do is number 1 is one of these. Which one do you think it is? It's either a paperclip, rice, water, or sand. Okay, so then you want to write. Okay, so now number 2.
Every time one would have to keep going down.
You want to match it up to the number. So number 3 is this one. What do you think number 3 is?
Hershey Kisses. Water.
want number 2. So what do you think this one is? You already get sand. It's either water, rice, or paper clip. Okay, that's what you think it is. Write it down.
I forgot mine.
And then you want to do number 1. Alright.
Number 3. I need number 3.
Oh, wait.
Water.
Alright, for this piece, you want to rate whether it's wash, sandpaper, straw, or rice. Alright. So number 3. What's this one? So what do you think number 2 is? Yeah. Oh, paper clip. Alright. And then what do you think number 4 is? What's that? So you put sand as number. Okay. So right. What's the Boys and girls, raise your hand if your center is done. You need a little more time? Okay. Couple more minutes. You're supposed to use your senses to figure it out. It's not about getting the right answer.
It's just about having fun.
Well, it's about learning too. Alright.
And learning.
Well done from here. Alright. So now we're going to switch stations. So your group is going to smell. You're going to sing. Singing is going to tasting. Wait. Tasting is going to feeling. No. You're going to Is everyone where they should be? What's the problem? What? What's the this one? Alright, so you're going to use the plate part. And you're going to write under each plate what it is. Alright, so at this group, you're not going to look, you're going to feel it. And it's either cloth, sandpaper, straws, or rice. And you're going to write within each bag what you think it is. Yep, that's cloth. So did everyone do number 1?
No.
So what do you think number 1 is?
What are the 3 things? We don't know.
Alright, hold on. Alright, so for this one, you're using hearing. So for hearing, you're using this paper.
Beans. How do you feel?
That's how
She put it on the paper, Devin.
Alright, so it's either cloth, sandpaper, straws, or rice. So what does number 1 feel like? Okay, so it's cloth. Rice. See?
What is this?
Sandpaper. So sandpaper feels really rough.
Okay, number 2. I mean, I know what this is. Excuse me. What's the right in here? Guys, I'm going to write this in the paper clip because we're going to have more things.
Alright, what one? Okay, you're on number 2, Katarina. Alright. So number 2. Straws, yep.
I'm all done.
You're all done? Okay, we're gonna sit and wait. Oh, R. Sorry, I have bad handwriting. A. W. I know, it's okay. W. S-T-R-A-W. And then number 3. What does that feel like? Does it feel like sandpaper or rice? Sandpaper. So right, sandpaper.
I think I forgot the other people over there.
What?
I think I forgot there's other people.
Okay, you can go grab it. Alright, and what do you think this one
I'm not done.
is? Alright, raise your hand if you're done at your station. You need more time?
I just need one to go.
Alright, you can have more time. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to spot the difference. So
That's mine.
circle it.
Oops. This is mine. Okay, I'm done. I did mine.
But you have to find the difference. So, which one's different?
Guess what?
Yep, so circle it. Okay, so is there anything different between these two? No. What about this one? Look really carefully. Here. Yep. Circle the 5. And then in the picture, what's different?
The baby.
Circle the bees.
See?
You're done. Alright. Now raise your hand if you're done at your station. Alright, we're going to move to our next station. Can you guys figure out where your next station is? It's been going in a rotation. Okay, yeah. Yep.
I'll take
You're going to that table, Jada. Jada's group.
We're on this table. Ella. Ella.
What is the problem?
I'm not.
Ella, why are you yelling?
Where are we going?
To hearing. So you're gonna use, yes you do. You're gonna use, yep. Alright, you need the hearing. That station right here. Alright. Alright, so you're gonna go to that area right there. One of them for water, so don't okay, so Darius, Hunter, and Ella.
This isn't fun.
So for this one, oh, Hunter. You figured it out. Good job. Okay. So for this worksheet, you want to circle what's different between this column and this column. The first one is the tricky. But you want to figure out, no, you want to figure out with the shapes. Yep. For this one? Okay, it says on the sheet. Okay, so for this station, it says right on your worksheet. It's either a paper clip, rice, or sand. And you want to write what it is next to the number on the cup. So if that's cup 1, you want to write what it is on line 1. Yeah. Get it now? Okay. Alright. So, number 1. You want to write what you think it is on the line next to number 1. Okay, so write right. Oh, okay. You left it somewhere? What? Where were you just at? Tasting? Alright. Okay, boys and girls, we were only supposed to eat one piece of candy.
That's how I did. Me too.
Because I had enough for each of you.
I got one piece of the candy,
So you shouldn't have ran out. Alright, Aaliyah. What worksheet do you need? Alright.
Where's the one that we did from that center?
Alright, so you left on your worksheet. That one at, and then we'll find yours. Okay. You'll have to do process of elimination. You'll have to figure out what it is based off of what's left. So if, would you put this one as? That's buttery. What's that one? that's salty. What's left?
Sweet.
Sweet. So number 1 would be what? Sweet.
Oh, I meant number 1.
So Aiden, if that's your worksheet, if that's your worksheet, you want to finish filling it out. Okay, so this is number 3.
I got it.
Okay, but they can only be one of each.
Let's go back to the break.
You didn't turn in your worksheet, so you can't complete it. Alright, raise your hand if you're done at your station. Alright. This group.
Little more time for eating.
George and Kyle, what's the problem? Alright, we're gonna say we have 1. One more station left. Alright, boys and girls, we're gonna go to our last station. So whichever station you have left is where you're gonna go. And for tasting, because you guys ate more than your fair share of chocolate, you're going to have to use the process of elimination to figure it out as to whether it's sweet, salty, or buttery. So go to your last station. Whatever station you haven't been to, go to.
Put that on your desk. Wait, we were supposed to put here. Where's here?
Ashlyn, what station have you not been to?
Oh yeah, this is here. I knew you were gonna be What? This one's I'm Jocelyn. Whoa, what? No, it has it on the paper. It says paper, rice, water, sand. Rice? This one's rice. What is that?
Alright, so for this one, you want to open each container, smell it, and rate it. Your options are cinnamon, garlic, okay, so then write garlic. So then write pickle juice. That's number 1. What? You already did say.
Where?
I think you left your worksheet at the same one. It's okay. So what's number 2? So you're on number 2. So what's this?
That's pickle juice.
You have to smell it.
The number. That one smells nasty.
Okay, so write garlic. Okay, what's number 3? Is it garlic or cinnamon?
I think I read it.
Alright, so number 3, you're on right cinnamon. Alright, so number 1, write pickle juice. And then Devin. So cinnamon. Alright. You need to circle what's different. So this Alright.
So number 1.
This is number 1. What do you think it is? Okay, so write sand. Next to the number 1. right? What? It's okay, I'll pick it up. And then what do you think number 4?
Right. Number 1 was. That's number 4. I didn't know number 3. Water, yeah.
First grade.
I think water.
That one you already did. So you can still remember it.
4 is rice.
Yeah, you can cross it out. So you're on number 4. What do you think this one is? You think it's rice? Okay, then write rice for number 4. Alright, boys and girls, raise your hand if you're all done at your stations. If you're not? Okay. Alright, what's wrong? Okay, so this is number 2.
Cross this one out because we already did this one.
What is this one?
Number 1. That was 2. Number 2. There's number 2.
Did you finish your worksheet?
Where's number 2? I tried my best.
Right in my hand.
I tried my best, Mrs. Leonard. This thing is raw. Oh no.
And then what do you have left?
No, you can't see. I'm not seeing. I'm like
Feel that.
this.
What does that feel like?
That's
Right, sand paper.
Yeah. Now, hey.
Oh, you. What's number 2? Okay, so write straws.
That one's good.
Oh, you need that paper. S. Freddie, I'll tell you how to spell S.
I knew what was the thing.
R.
Oh, it's right here. Like, I want to see.
S-T-R-A.
I want to do this again. I want to do the popcorn.
Alright, boys and girls, we're going to go back to our seats with all of our worksheets. Yes, Darius? Process of elimination. What did you put this one as? Salty. So that's buttery, that's salty. What's left? Sweet. Right, sweet.
Is this mine?
We should have written our names on our paper and we wouldn't have the problem of not knowing if it was ours or not. Alright, everyone go back to your seats. We're going to put down the stuff, put down the materials, sit back at your seat, and we're going to go over the answers. 7, yeah? Right there. Okay, well then pick it up. It's okay, we can find it.
Whose is this?
Oh, it's having that
Whose is this?
Alright, boys and girls, does everyone have all 3 paper or 4 papers?
Yes.
Raise your hand if you don't. Alright, what paper are you
that paper, right?
This one
No, that was
has your name on it. I think that's it. Okay. That one is? Okay. So are you missing paper, Darius? What paper?
Animal missing.
This one? It's okay. We're gonna go sit back. Other seat. Yep. That's it. Darius, yours right there. What paper are you missing, Leah? Oh, the explanation one. I think so, because Alright, no. Alright, boys and girls, we're gonna sit down. Okay, ready? We're gonna go over this worksheet. So when you were at the smelling station, what did you think number 1 was? Aiden.
Pickle juice.
Pickle juice? Alright, let's see. Number 1 was pickle juice. So if you put pickle juice, put a check mark. Alright. Hunter, what did you put number 2 as? Does garlic? Garlic? Alright, number 2 was garlic. So if you put garlic, put a check mark. So then what would number 1 be? Or number 3, what would number 3 be?
Cinnamon?
No calling out. Christiana.
Cinnamon.
Yep. Okay, so check off those if you got them right, and if you got it wrong, put an X. Alright, so at seeing stations, what was different in the first, in number 1? Ashley. The last 2? Yep. The second one, was there anything different in the second one?
No.
In the third, what was different?
Five.
Yep. One of them had a 5 and one didn't. And in the picture, what did one picture have and the other one didn't, Eden?
On the baseball.
The baseball, yep. So if you got those all right, put a check mark. Alright, now at tasting, what did you put for number 1? Hunter. What did you put for number 1? Sweet. Yep, number 1 was sweet. You put a check mark if you got it right. Alright, what'd you guys put for number 2? Aiden. Yep, number 2 was salty. Put a check mark if you put salty. And number 3, what's left, Cristiano?
Buttery.
Yep, buttery. Alright, and then when you were at touching station, what did you put for number 1?
Claw.
It was claw.
Yes.
For number 2, what did you put, Olivia? It was cut up pieces of straw. So if you got it right, put a check mark. What did you put for number 3, Katarina?
Sandpaper.
Yep, it's actually a pumice stone, but it feels like sandpaper. And then number 4, what did you put?
Rice.
Yep. It was rice.
Oh,
Hey, this wasn't cooked. and then at hearing, for number 4 at hearing, what did you put, Devin? Devin, if you're listening, you should be able to answer.
So number
4 at hearing, look at your worksheet. Eliana, what'd you put?
sand.
It was sand.
I
For number 4, it was sand. I know you can't really see it, but number 4 was sand.
Yeah.
So if you put sand, put a check mark.
No, I put rice. I can't Can I see the sand?
Alright, it's okay. I lost it. Okay,
I got my
number.
numbers mixed up.
It's okay. What'd you put for number 3, Eliana?
Rice,
Oh, you got your numbers mixed up? What'd you put for number 3?
water.
Water. Number 3 was water, which should have been obvious because it was coming out of the container.
And it's on my desk.
And it's on your desk. Okay.
And we can see
Yeah. Alright, number 2. What'd you put for number 2, Ashlyn?
paper.
It was a paper clip. So if you put paper clip, put a check mark.
What is the sand?
And then number 1. Alright, what'd you put for number 1, Eden?
Rice.
Number 1 was rice.
Yes. I wish we could see it.
It's just rice.
Let me see.
Wait, it's just, you can sit down. It's just wait on cooked rice. Go sit down.
We can see the water.
Alright, so we went over. Alright, boys and girls, sit down, please. So we went over smelling, tasting, touching, feeling, and seeing. Okay, so everyone, I want you to pass in your worksheets. We are now all done. So I want you all to put them right here on the Steve's desk. I want all of your papers, so hand in all of your papers to me. Do I have all of your papers? Okay. Alright, so boys and girls, what did you learn through this lesson about your 5 senses? Can you figure out, are you able to identify objects using your senses? How many of you were able to correctly identify all of them? Yep, alright, so boys and girls, we are all done for today's science lesson. And next time we do it, only eat 1 piece of chocolate because there's only enough for each of you.
Yeah.
Alright? Alright.